Hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Sello's Morning Coffee Beard Brigade Extravaganza. All right, I'm awake. I have my coffee. Today is the Beatles Cup. So here we are, another week. I'm in the control room, so if there's weird sounds in the background, remember the control room is just totally not soundproofed in any way, shape, or form. And for some reason, there's a bunch of loud cars this morning. Good morning, Ida. Good morning, Jane. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Don. Good morning, Lissa Gramling. Good morning, Betty T. I think I got everybody so far. So I did something a little different here. Well, as always, good morning, Sharon. How the hell are you from Australia? I changed the setup as always, but this is getting much closer. It's pretty close to where we were last week. I just made a couple adjustments, a couple alterations. I still don't like the camera setup. It's hard to look directly at you, you know? I don't like that, but we'll fix that. Anyways, before I go any further, congratulations to Melissa Gramling. A little Alyssa Gramling moved to South Carolina, North Carolina, I don't know, somewhere in the Carolinas. I don't believe she had to take a citizenship test to get in there. I'm not sure how that works, but she is no longer in Florida. So our very own little Oompa Loompa is now out of Florida for good, which leaves just a few brigadiers left down there. Florida, as we all know, is the Omega state. So it's good to see somebody left. And congratulations to you. It's fantastic. Also, I hope Brooke gets home from California. I know she was traveling with the little one this week, last week, somewhere in there. I hope everything went all right there. I do know that I have not received any cheesecake from her yet, which is depressing. Is it South Carolina, Lissa Gramling? Good. I don't know why that's good. I don't know that I've ever been to, I think I have been to South Carolina once. We went to Tybee Island, which I think is off the coast there. Betty Brooke is there for a month. Good, googly muggly. California. I think Emma has family. Oh, and speaking of Emma, congratulations on the new Android phone. You are finally getting into a whole new world of being able to do what you want on your mobile device instead of being controlled by the man. I hope Declan gets enough food to eat this week. I saw pictures of him over the week and he looked very distraught and a little bit emaciated. So we're hoping that Declan finally, if his mom would just give him a little more food, I think he'll be fine. And today I'm heading to play games with my brothers here in just a little bit. Then I'm going to come home and do some chores. I believe that Jody has a couple things that need to be done. She's been hanging. This is weird, right? She's got these big tall shutters. They're like, I don't know, taller than Melissa Gramling tall. And she's been taking them and hanging them on our fence, screwing them on. She likes screwing out, putting them on our fence, which is kind of like a border between the neighbors and us. So the neighbors can't see us because it's not like we have a hot tub. All right. We've had a hot tub for like 15 years and, we like to get in the hot tub at night. And to be quite frank, we don't like to wear clothes. So when we get in the hot tub, we like to have it so the neighbors can't see us. Like the neighbors are going to look at two old people getting in a hot tub, but they might. So today I'm hanging more shutters up on the fence, which stand above the fence, and they hide our naked old bodies from the neighbors. So we're doing that. And that's about it. So I'm going to go play games with my brothers. I got to stop by the farm and I got to get some more meat because I love the meat. You all know that. And I'm going to come home and we're going to hang some shutters. The last 10 days have seen, you all know how I change constantly. I'm a fucking alcoholic. That's what I do. I thrive in chaos, but I'm trying to change that a little bit, not a whole lot, because I can't just change being me. Hey, Kiki, how are you? Sue, hello. How the hell are you? Long time no see. What I'm trying to do, here's the deal. I probably have that thing they call ADHD. I don't really care I'm not going to take any medications or any stupid. Some people need. I'm not going to do it. I'm very proud of not having to take a single medication, and I just don't think that's the right way. Plus, some of the stuff they give you for that is like drugs. I've done some of them. They're really good. I think it's a good idea for someone of my ilk, someone being an alcoholic and an addict. So I have a hard time focusing I can hyper focus on a task for a little bit. That's fine. But to keep something going over a long period of time has always been really difficult for me. So one of the things that my sponsor, that's people that attend the 12-step rooms like I do, they have sponsors sometimes. And my sponsor has told me for years, the number one word that he uses with me over and over and over again is discipline. And he tells me that discipline, yeah. And yes, Kiki, it's not basically speed. It is fucking speed. Have you ever snorted Adderall? Oh my God. I used to pay a lot more money for that shit on the street, and it was called cocaine, but apparently it helps some people. I don't know, but I tap out. I can't do that. No. Can you imagine me on speed, by the way? It was, yeah, no one wants to see that. Anyways, the discipline. What he says is that discipline will set you free. That's what he says. Now, personally, I'm not sure about all this, but in the few times that I've taken his advice over the years, I've been sober 5.5 years. And the few times that I finally give in, and take his advice, it generally works well. What he tells me is that if I structure my day in a certain way, if I do certain things, basically the same time every day, I have some sort of, what do you call that? A routine. If I have some sort of routine and I stick to it, now that's the hard part. If I stick to it for a period of time, that I will feel more free because I don't have to worry about those things anymore. I just do them. Discipline. In my mind, what discipline means, and he says this too, discipline means that you do it whether you want to or not. It's like the mortgage. You got to pay it whether you want to or not. So I've been trying this. It's been close to 10 days now, somewhere in there. I think it is almost dead on 10 days. I changed my schedule around because I was in a rut. Ever since a couple weeks before GRL this year. Before GRL, I was scrambling like a madman trying to get everything done before I left. GRL was, of course, just absolute chaos. It was fun, but it was chaos. And then when I got back, I let everything slide. I was out of it. And I just wasn't getting everything done that I needed to get done. Then, of course, I got backed up on my work, so I started skipping a few meetings here and there and everything else, just trying to get everything done. One night I'm sitting there and I'm evaluating kind of how I'm spending my time. You ever get to this point where you've got so much stacked up that you need to get done that you don't do any of it? That's where I was. And it started to lead to a bit of depression. And I'm not very experienced with depression. I don't have depression. I'm generally a very happy, serene kind of, but I was starting to get into that. And I have learned something in life, that there's a choice to be made in every moment. And it is, fix it or deal with it. Accept that this is the way it's going to be. Or if it's in your power to change it, you can change it. That goes back to my whole AA training. Accept the things I cannot change, have the courage to change the things I can, and the trick, have the wisdom to know the difference. Good morning, Miss Key Harris. How are you? So I decided that I could change this, and I could change this by taking the old man's advice. And I fucking hate it when he's right. I just want to strangle the old guy. But he's generally right because he's walked this road a lot longer than I have. So I took his advice and I made a change. Change number one was that I was going to get up at a set time every day, which sucks, by the way. But I that's the easiest thing I can do. I can just make myself get up. I set an alarm and I get up. The second thing was meetings are one of the most important, maybe the most important thing to me in my life. My number one important thing in my life is my sobriety. If you know anybody like me, you lose it all if that doesn't come first. So meetings are a requirement for that, and I've been missing some meetings, so I decided to put that first. So if I wake up early, I've been kind of hitting the same meetings for 5.5 years. I decided to find some morning meetings. If I got to do this, if this is what's going to keep me on the right track, let's do it first. before anything else in the day, let's do it first. So I've been waking up early. I do the things that I have normally done anyways. My meditation, that's become very important to me. I do yoga every day, which is incredibly important to me. I'm not like trying to brag or anything. This is my fucking show. This is me. I do all those things. And then I go to a meeting first thing. It's like 7:30 in the morning. And I got to drive about a half hour to get there. But it's been good. It's been really good. I've hit 4 meetings a week, something like that. I was hitting 5 when I was kind of in the groove, but 4, that's working for me right now. And I want to hit 5. Then I come back. I make myself some breakfast. I talk to the wife for a minute. I get my shower, get cleaned up, and then I get to work. And I've been in the booth almost every day by noon. And I've gotten my shit done and got it knocked out. So that's been the big change over the last 10 days, and it's been working. So next week, we're going to do it again. So next week, Monday to Friday, I'm going to be in the booth by noon, and I'll be working till around 5, somewhere in there. In Discord, the Discord link to the Haven where I work is all over our group, but if you don't have it for some reason, you're more than welcome to come on in and watch some live sessions. Have fun, Lissa. It's good to see you. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck moving in and all that good stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. This week, let's see if this thing works. Ta-da. Look at that. Well, it kind of worked. There we go. Look at that. I added a book that I'm reading this week just to show you all what I'm doing. I've been reading, I added this every morning. I read a morning reading for the 12-step program that I'm in, but I added this into it, Meditations from Marcus Aurelius. I've heard of this 1,000 times. It's with the Stoic philosophy, but I'd never actually read it, and I broke it down. This isn't a book that you just sit down and read 50 pages in a night. You can, you're just not going to, it's not the intended purpose. Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor from, I don't know, a long time ago, a couple thousand years ago, I guess, somewhere in there. And being the most powerful man in the world at the time, he could do anything he wanted. But what he decided to do, he was a Stoic. And what he decided to do every morning was write down his daily thoughts. I journal every day, and I thought it was fascinating, so I started adding it into my readings. And it really is fascinating. This dude had an amazing philosophy. So I kind of added that into my morning readings in the last week, and I think I'm going to keep that in next week. It's been pretty good. This week, the beginning of the week, we worked on a little book called Crooked Shadows. This is from M.A. Grant. It's the Whitethorn Agency Book 2. I did Book 1. That was several months ago. And we were finishing this up at the beginning of this last week. If y'all don't know the characters or anything, the breakdown is, let's see here. Christian Slava doesn't fear much. After he was betrayed by the man he called an uncle leaving upstate New York for the Carpathian mountains of his childhood is more a matter of practicality than fear. With him is Atlas Kincaid, a former Marine turned fierce bodyguard and fierce lover, albeit a hell of a complicated one. I got cum in my throat. Hang on. Christian's cunning is tested by the politics and intrigue of the vampire families of Romania. Dude, there were like 1,000 Romanian characters in this book. My Romanian accent sounds just like my Russian accent, which sounds just like my Middle Eastern accent. So I just put a little more Transylvania thing on it. The warm welcome he and Atlas were assured of quickly turns to ash as they race to unravel the mystery of an old friend's disappearance. Searching for the missing vampire draws him into a web of betrayal and half-truths that reaches further than Christian ever could have imagined as they uncover a string of grisly murders that bear a striking similarity to the attack that changed Atlas's life forever. Stalked by the past and uncertain of the future, Christian learns he does have something to fear after all, losing the man he loves. Spoiler, no, I'm not going to tell you how it ends. But that book was fantastic, to say the least. I love M.A. Grant. She is, in the circles I run in, she's not an incredibly well-known author, but god damn is she good. I did another series from her. It was a Fae series, and the name of the series is escaping me for the life of me. Maybe somebody else knows what it is. It's Prince of Air and Darkness is the name of the first book. And that series is one of my favorite series that I've ever worked on. It is fantastic. She approached me through Tantor to do this series. I jumped on it, and it's a vampire, a different twist on vampires. I'll give you a hint, though. They ain't sparkly. So Then we moved on to Baby and the Panther. Victoria Sue, Shifter Rescue Book 2. We finished this a couple days ago. We had the lovely Victoria Sue, one of my favorite Brits, on Talk to the Beard last week, and it was fantastic. Breakdown for this one. Marco knew Kai was his true mate, but to keep him alive, he had no choice but to let him go. Why is it that in every Shifter series I've ever done, there's an Omega, never an Alpha, an Omega named Kai? Why? I don't understand character names sometimes. I know that authors don't name characters normal names normally, like Joe or Bob or John or something like that, because they don't want the readers to be turned off by the character name. They're like, I knew a George once that I hated. Fuck him. I know they do that. But Kai, is this like a common baby name or something? I've never met anybody named Kai. Actually, I think Lotta has a child named Kai. But other than that, I'm not sure if Lotta actually named her child Kai or whether Kai named her Kai or him Kai. I'm not exactly sure. But anyways, there's always a character named Kai. On the run from his Panther clan and family, Marco had tried to bury his shifter side and settled into a near-human existence, working as a medic for the Ranger Service. All that had gone to hell when he met Kai, and fell instantly for the gorgeous Omega, putting them both at risk from the torture and death he had escaped from. By the way, I'm giving her shit. It's a great book. Nobody had ever wanted Kai, not his family, not the Alphas he'd been sold to, and now not even his true mate. Rejected and humiliated, Kai runs right into the exact trouble Marco had tried to save him from. Finally, just as Marco gets him back, a betrayal he never saw coming, and no, that's not spelled C-U-M-M-I-N-G, hits them both harder than either of them were ready for. Marco won't just need to battle to save Kai, they're all named Kai, and their unborn child. He's going to have to start a war that's never been fought, and he's going to have to win. So we finished that one this week. It's fantastic. I'm not sure if it's up for sale yet or not. We approved it yesterday, but if not, it'll probably be up tomorrow, I'd imagine. Right now, we are working on getting a cum out of my throat. That is C-U-M-M-I-N-G. Working on a little book called Heal. This is the 7th book in the White House Men series. It's by the lovely Nora Phoenix. There is no character named Kai in the series, but I'm not faulting Nora for that because it's not a Shifter series. Del feels broken. Can Issa be the person to help him heal? There are weird fucking character names, though. I'll give you that one. Issa. I-S-S-A. There's no E in there, but you're supposed to say it. Trace told me you're supposed to say Issa. Anyways, President Delano, Del Schaefer. By the way, I think I also said Delano wrong, but I've been doing it the whole series, so hey, just work with me here. President Delano, Del Schaefer, is grieving the loss of his wife, Sarah. That's right, wife. Pussy. Now that the culprits behind the Pride bombing and all the killings are caught, everyone has been able to move on except Del. His friends have all found love. Even his son is happier than Del could have ever imagined. Yet he is stuck, unable to move past the grief, the loss, and the loneliness. He has the most coveted job in the world. That's right, he's a porn star. But he's tired of it all. If not for Issa, spelled weird, his 20-year-old younger body man, not going to touch that one, he wouldn't even make it out of bed most days. Issa, spelled weird, with his unfailingly sunny disposition, his infuriatingly stubborn optimism, his endless care for Del, Issa, I think you get the idea, who becomes the sole reason Del is still standing, is still smiling, is still clinging to the hope that things will get better. Issa, who is making Del feel again, laugh again, live again. But can he also make him love again? I think he will. Heal is the last book in the White House Men series, a continuing romantic suspense series that needs to be read in order. It contains a sunshiny assistant, a slightly grumpy president, sweet hurt, comfort, an age gap, and the happiest of happy endings. So there you go. If you were wondering if it was a happily ever after, it is. And coming up at the end of this week, probably Friday, but perhaps Saturday, we shall see. We have one of my other favorite Brits, K.C. Wells, Dylan's Dilemma. This is I think it's book 4 of the Main Men series. By the way, I also don't do a Maine accent because it would probably sound Russian. Dylan has been curious for a long time. I think that when she says curious, I think what what the author is intending to mean is he's wondering if he's, the cock, and he's not quite sure. He's like, pussy, or cock, pussy, or cock. And that's what I think she means by curious. But is he ready to confront his desires for cock? A difficult decision. Dylan Martin has worked in the same a gun quit. I always have to look that one up. A gun quit hotel since he was 18. And he knows the drill. Anything that might change the hotel's reputation has to be reported. So telling the uptight manager there's a gay porn shoot about to take place should be a no-brainer. I'm going to read that again. So telling the uptight manager there's a gay porn shoot about to take place should be a no-brainer. That's a hell of a setup right there. I got to give it to KC. Except Dylan recognizes one of the performers. He's been watching Mark Roman's scenes for so long he could describe every inch of Mark's ripped body, from the silver at his temples and in his beard, right down to the tattoo on his ass. I mean, if this is my buddy, I'd be telling him, well, maybe you're a bit more than curious, Maybe you might want the cock a bit more than the pussy. I'm just saying, if you know all that. But anyways, this isn't a true story, by the way. Not to mention Mark's sexy smile that sends his heart hurtling through Dylan's every time he sees it. But I think I read that wrong. Not to mention Mark's sexy smile that sends heat hurtling through Dylan every time he sees it. That makes more sense. But if Dylan says nothing, it's his job on the line. And then his hand is forced. An eager student. Mark's shoot is a bust, but there's a silver lining in the shape of a cute, sexy guy in the local bar. Except the guy seems familiar and nervous, and suddenly it's clear who let the cat out of the bag. When Mark jokes that Dylan owes him a scene to make up for it, Dylan refuses point blank. But the longing in his eyes is hard to ignore. Dylan obviously wants him, even if he can't bring himself to say it. So Dylan owes him a scene. All right, anyways. Mark wants to be the one to undress him, to show him how sensual a man's kiss can be. I'm pretty sure Dylan's kissed a man before. He wants to set Dylan on fire, to make him shudder with pleasure. Most of all, he longs to hear his name on Dylan's lips when Mark brings him to the edge. It won't be any more than that. Mark's career has proved a stumbling block in the past, and he doesn't expect Dylan to be any different. I mean, why would being a porn star be a stumbling block? Mark may know a lot about desire, but Dylan's about to give him a lesson in love. So that should be coming up at the end of the week, after we finish up Heal from Nora Phoenix, assuming all goes well with that. And that's what we've had going on in the last week, and that's what we got coming up in the course of the coming week here. Coming, C-U-M-M-I-N-G. Finally, this coming week on Monday, that would be tomorrow, we have the lovely Casey Cox. Now, I've never met Casey before, but I have it on good authority. I believe Trace told me this is an actual picture of Casey about 2 weeks ago. His breakdown here. Hi, I'm Casey Cox. Thanks for stopping by. This is written in first person from Casey. This isn't me. I don't look like that. I write contemporary romance stories that are unique, thoughtful, and funny. My books are great to read. He's humble, too. If you're looking for something sweet and smart with a side of sass. I'm sorry about that. And a small helping of sexy. I live on the east coast of Australia, love the beach. You can tell by that picture. And I'm the proud owner of Paul Rent and proud Paul. Oh, I see what he did there. And I'm the proud Paul Rent of two utterly adorable, perfectly perfect, I can't even say this, French bulldogs, Ralphie and Lily. See, you had me, I really enjoyed, I enjoyed all that till he's French. Why they fucking gotta be French? Why can't they be Australian bulldogs? I mean, you live there. Why can't they be Australian? What, did you buy them in France and bring them home? Is that how that worked? Do they say things in French to you? Or they're like, rah-rah-ree. Because that would... All right, me and Casey Cox are going to have words about this on Monday. I don't know why bulldog... Why? Just why? So anyways, Casey Cox is coming in on Monday to talk to the Beard. He'll be here tomorrow around 5 p.m. JST has stayed the same, by the way. I don't care what these fuckers are doing with the whole, I don't know, daylight savings time. What do you say? You can't save daylight. What do you... Superman couldn't save daylight, let alone... But yeah, JST, we're staying the same, goddammit. Right here. Right here. Yeah, that's the way it works. So, I'm going to go play games with my brothers. There will be lots of hilarity involved, and I'm going to stop and I'm going to get some food. And then I will be back here at the house hanging shutters so neighbors can't see my naked ass as I get into a hot tub. I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. We'll be working in Discord by noon, and then I'll be on Talk to the Beard at 5 p.m. Enjoy yourselves. Have fun. I will see you all then.